Hey everybody, Big Mike here, Big Mike's Garage. So I thought we'd just go over my 1980 Malibu today. Out here working in the garage and getting ready to kind of fire it up one last time for the year. Going to be pulling the engine out later. Building a little bit bigger small block Chevy for it. Actually not bigger, more horsepower, but yeah, the car is a 1980 Chevy Malibu. I've had it since about 2018. Been kind of working on it, here and there. Car was originally a 229 V6 car with a Turbo Hydro 200 3-speed transmission. Now it's a 408 small block with a 700 R4 and 8.5-inch rear end in the back. So car is a Malibu Classic and it's the Landau edition. Non-factory, non-air conditioning car, which is kind of interesting. We'll go around and take a look at the interesting parts first. Start at the engine. The car did run Drag Week 2024 this year, so completed that. That was a great time. So under the hood, let's start it right in the front, might as well. We got a Champion 3-core radiator up front. That seems to work out pretty good. The engine's a 408 small block Chevy. It's a 400 small block, bored 40 over. It's got a set of Dart SHP heads on it. Edelbrock Performer RPM air gap manifold. Howard's roller cam. The engine I built several years ago. Deck height was 5,000, so it's got nice quench. Cylinder heads are 72 cc's, so with the 12.5 cc hyper-eutectic pistons dish, comes right around, I think it's right around 9.7, 9.8. Compression ratio, which is really nice. Car runs actually well, even on the drag strip with 87 octane. So that's a good feature. Like I said, non-air conditioning car, so it's easier to work on spark plugs, things like that, even though I don't think they're too bad with the AC. But pretty simple car. Carburetor is a 750 Holley double pumper. It's Ultra, I think it is. Retains the electric choke. Good feature in Wisconsin. Still got the old mechanical fuel pump, although it is an Edelbrock Performer RPM. They say it's good for 600 horse. I think I'm pushing probably right around 480. Not sure. But seems to do the trick. Drag week this year, the car was actually on, and myself and my friend Dave were on a episode of Old Man's Garage, so we wound up on Drag Week getting the old man's autograph at Drag Week, and a couple of my fellow racers that we were at the hotel with and raced with and met, and some real great guys, Kimball Hodge and Charlie K. My friend Dave Pefty, he was the co-pilot. And then while we were down there in the area, down by National Trails, we got stopped at A1 Auto Parts and visited with Mark, old Chumpy. And we even got autographs for Thing 1 and Thing 2. Nice guys, all of them. So Bill really helped us out. Bill Hoskinson helped Charlie out, brought him a rocker arm. The episode of Old Man's Garage is, I think it's Rescue Mission or something if you want to look it up. Drag Week 2024. But yeah, so that's pretty much the engine bay. Pretty simple small block Chevy. Oh, it's got a Howard's hydraulic roller cam retrofit. If I didn't mention, the block is a 509 block. 2-bolt with ARP main bolts. So go ahead and shut the hood. Car's in really nice shape. I bought it from someone who had known it since it was new or newer. He's about my age, a child of the 80s and 70s and 80s, I should say. And he had known the car around his local town in Minnesota for years. And when it finally came up for sale, he took a chance to jump on it, and I bought it from him around 2018. So car's in really nice shape, pretty original. I think the only panels that have been replaced are the driver's side fender and the hood. Car was hit a deer. Being from Minnesota, that's you know, pretty par for the course. Interior of the car, pretty nice shape for the age. Starting to get the lean on the seat. I'm a pretty big guy, hence Big Mike's Garage, obviously. Otherwise, pretty nice, pretty presentable. Never wanted it to be a super fancy show car. Street cars, driving my junk, that's what I'm about. So I might have garbage, but it's usually the good garbage. So the car has been sitting here. Hasn't been started in about a week, so we're going to do a cold start here because, you know, hey, it's the thing to do. About 43 degrees here in the garage. So, and one thing about the, one thing that comes up too is Performer RPM air gap. Those things are great in the summertime, but I'm going to tell you right now, wintertime, they're not as good. So. But electric choke comes in handy. Usually fires right up real good. AFR gauge has been going kind of crazy lately, so I don't know if that's going to work today. Got good oil pressure on startup. Engine was freshened up, I think, in the spring of 2023, right before sick week, or sick summer 2023. Yeah, fuel pressure gauge. Just the basics, really. Heater still works, that's nice. So really a true street car. Car is a high 11, runs high 11s. So. A little bit more about the rear end. Rear end is a out of a 442, like, you know, 80, I don't know what years they made them, 85 to 87 Bolts 442. They put the same 8.5 that the Grand Nationals got. This one's had Moser street axles put in it. Detroit True Track rear end, which is really nice. Locks up good at the strip, but doesn't have the bad street manners of a Spool or Detroit locker. Won't ever burn out like a posi. You can see the AFR gauge has been acting kind of funny. Might need a new temp sensor. So we're just going to fire this old girl up and take a ride around the block. It's got a lot of salt on the roads right now, so we're not going to go very far. My neighborhood doesn't have any salt. Tell it's still on high idle. Since it's so cold out, I'm going to let it stay on high idle for a while. If you just kicked it a little bit, it would come off, but carburetor is a double pumper. I did have a Holley 750 vacuum secondary carburetor on it, and it doesn't really lose that much with the vacuum secondary, maybe a tenth in the quarter mile. Yeah, that AFR gauge probably looks crazy in the video, but it's kind of losing its mind, so I think it needs a new oxygen sensor. That just started the other day, but take a couple laps around the neighborhood here and get the engine warmed up, and then I'll come back to you here in a minute.